Grew up Catholic in this little town, and we lived on this kind of L-shaped corner of the street. It was my grandmother's house where I lived with my mom and dad and my grandparents. And then there was a field, and then right on the other side of the field, this little field with nuns' convent and a priest rectory, and then the church. The church was right on the corner. This is all in about a quarter of a block, I guess, or half a block. And then right up the street from the Catholic church was my aunt's house, where I had a grown cousin and a couple of little cousins, my cousin Richie. Then next to them was my aunt's house with my Uncle Pat and three grown man cousins. They were big and hairy and dirty, my recollection. My Uncle Pat, he wore a white shirt, brown pants, brown belt, dress shoes. He would take the shirt off and sit on his porch in what was known as the, I guess politically, the Italian t-shirt. And they were all Irish. So they were all, then up the street, about 2 houses up the street was my great-grandmother's house. And that was all the Irish side of the family. That was my father's side. And then across the street, directly, was my grandmother, my mother, and her daughter and 2 cousins who were slightly older than me. They were kind of cool cousins. They were the Italians. Yes. And the weird thing was, which I never thought about, is the Italians never crossed the street to the Irish side. The Irish never crossed the street to the Italian side. As long as I was there as a kid. It was the most natural thing in the world, you know, to never see those people together. And then scattered around town, we had various other aunts and cousins, and everybody was there, you know. And then when it would thunder and lightning, besides being religious, they were superstitious. When it thundered and lightning, my grandmother would grab me by the hand, haul my ass up the street as fast as she could to her sister's house, where once it really started rocking and rolling, my Aunt Jane would bust the holy water out, throw it on all of us. This was immediately preceded by like lightning horror stories, like oh yeah, Amy opened her closet, a ball of lightning came out and struck her down. And at 6 years old, not that comforting. The whole water bath, not that comforting at 6 years old. So, yep, it was old school. But I grew up surrounded with the Catholic faith and strange people, though no stranger, I suppose, than ourselves. And it was a faith that was filled with beauty and poetry and absurdity and terror, you know. So anyway, you know, these are the hands the cards were dealt. So I've written a lot of songs, filled a lot of Catholic imagery. When I was writing songs about parents and children, my twisted mind, of course, would drift back and try to think, well, what it'd be like if Jesus just as someone's son. And I wrote the song called Jesus Was an Only Son. Well, Jesus was an only son as he walked up Calvary Hill. His mother Mary walking beside him in the path where his blood spilled. Yeah, Jesus was an only son in the hills of Nazareth as he lay reading the Psalms of David at his mother's feet. The first thing that strikes you when you have kids, of course, is fear for their safety. And suddenly there's this feeling in your stomach that no train you wouldn't stand in front of. And you realize, oh my God, this is a life sentence. The mother prays, sleep tight, my child, sleep well, for I'll be at your side. that no shadow, no darkness, no tolling bell will pierce your dreams this time. And I just figured what makes the choices we make mean anything. They're the things we sacrifice for them. And I always wondered about Jesus thinking about what he was giving up. He had to be thinking that, man, it's really beautiful this time of year down in Galilee. And there's that great little bar on the corner that needs a manager. And Mary Magdalene, the 10 bar, to save the picture for the weekend. That'd work out. We could have a bunch of kids and watch the sun fall on their face and see their lungs fill with air at night when they're sleeping. And see the next day, and the next day, and the day after that, and the day after that, and just the day after that. The garden at Gethsemane, he prayed for life he'd never lived. Beseeched his heavenly Father to remove the cup of death from his lips. Now there's a loss that can never be replaced, a destination that can never be reached, a light you'll never find in another's face, a sea whose distance cannot be breached. Well, Jesus kissed his mother's hands and whispered, "Mother, still your tears. For remember, the soul of the universe will world and it appears."